Yeah, so obviously coming off a tough one up at St. Bonaventure, and um, probably more good than bad at the end of the day came out of it. It's a one of the things I think that our group and myself is included in the group thing. We're 7 games into a season and trying to put together different pieces, and um, coaches get impatient. I think our players are just as competitive, and they get impatient too. And I know for a fact that we haven't been quite as good as we want to be as a team, and yet I also know that I think the group feels like we have plenty of time to get it fixed and get it rectified. And sometimes in the heat of the moment, that's hard to remember. But I think we're in that stage that it's like, okay, Rome wasn't built in a day, is the old saying, and we wanted it to be. I will tell you that, but it hasn't been that way. So, sports teach you a lot about character and competitiveness, and competition teaches you a lot about that. And we want it to be easy, but it's not. So we put our heads down and we work and make it better. And I thought at St. Bonaventure that was step one of that process. Defensive scheme and what we tried to do, we really executed pretty well for 40 minutes. And if you give up 50, you should win. And we're not quite making the amount of shots that we need to get it done. And that's we need to find a solution to that. Sometimes the solution is relax and let yourself play. And so we got to work through that, and we're trying to. And it's on to AB tomorrow, Alderson Broaddus tomorrow, and then we've got a good weekend in Las Vegas that I'm excited that our program is going. I think it's a long time coming for us to reward the hard work and stuff that these young women put in for Marshall, and they represent our university really good. And so we're going to have a good time out in Las
Vegas. Talked about your mental toughness finishing, and you think about that. Now that you've had some time of separation from the loss to now, what do you think is the missing ingredient? He maybe just realized else.
Well, I think patience. I mean, that's what came to me. I mean, I'm a competitive guy, and so it does not. I don't like that feeling after, Coppin State here and after St. Bonaventure up there, and yet for whatever reason we don't have it all put together yet. So we need to not panic about that, and I don't think they did. I don't think they have, but I do think that's some of our shot making issues, some of our play down the stretch is, there's a relaxation. Easy. We got good players in here, and you got to relax and let it come to you. And let your instincts take over, and we'll try to put you in good spots with the ball, but we've got all the confidence in the world in the group. And so get yourself in the right spot, find yourself a shot you can make, and jump up there and stick it in. And we got your back if it doesn't go, And so that's, in a way, that's all you can do. We're going to shoot a bunch in practice today. Some of that, we're pretty banged up as a group. We had quite a bit of little stuff even up before Bonaventure. We had quite a bit of little stuff even at Bonaventure. So it's going to be, we got quite a bit of people with nagging stuff that we're going to shoot a lot today and get ready to play a good game tomorrow night. So, the famous Belichick, this isn't the famous Bill Belichick, we're on to Cincinnati. But I do think that there's a level of that to what happened at Bonaventure. Let's not overthink that. There was good things that came out of that, not the result that anybody in that locker room wanted. We really, really want to get back going in a way that we feel like we're capable of, but it's not here for us yet. So back to work, and let's get level-headed about what we are right now and what we can be, and go to work to grow it.
Well, you're on the AV, and you're 5-4. They're a Division II team. Does any of that really matter when you look at a team like Alderson? Your squad doesn't see that they're a Division II team. They just see that.
Yeah, it shouldn't. I mean, I think our team wants to play, and I think that was. I think you saw that with the way we started at St. Bonaventure. Started well in that game. I mean, we're hungry to get this thing right. So we need the next opponent. I think when you look at Alderson Broaddus, that the league they play in. I mean, some of the scores that they crank out of there. I mean, they've hit triple digits a couple times. They average a lot of points. That it's a track meet in their league, and that's unique. That's not really the way that our game is played. I mean, we just played a 50-47 grinder. So there is challenges to pace of play and speed and how fast they shoot the ball that, it's not the same. Their level's really good. The way the game is played is not exactly the same, honestly, and so that is a challenge for us that we don't have a lot of time to adjust to that. So, they're gonna really shoot pretty fast, I think. They mix up defense, offense, and different things like that. And so on one day of kind of turnaround, we have to be good and ready to play. And I think to answer the original question, our team is ready to play again. I think, and that was the case going into St. Bonaventure, and I think it's right now. Like we want opportunities to try to right the ship.
Looking at some of their players, I guess the one that stands out to me the most is their freshman Taylor Isaac, scores a lot of points. Is it going to be like that from 1 to 5 and onward? Just, as you mentioned, they'll play just lots of shooters, lots of space, ball up and down.
Yeah, I think so. I mean, I think they're all relatively aggressive. I mean, I think everyone has players that are more aggressive than others, but it's not. What we've seen is not, work it around until we get it to Taylor. It's an aggressive brand of basketball. It tries to get the ball to the basket and, tries to do that quickly in the possession. So you're not just keying in on one person and trying to figure out their tendencies and figuring out how to slow that down. I think you're right on that individual, but we're going to have to guard the ball at all spots. We're going to have to contest shots, contain dribble, everybody. So, and that's good for us. That's something that we have tried to work on since the Coppin State game. I do think it improved up at St. Bonaventure, and we need to improve again.
Do you anticipate any just lineup changes, shake up a little bit, maybe work things out? You looking to stay pretty standard?
Oh, you always ask me questions. I'm trying to play chess, and then you're trying to turn all my stuff into checkers. But we are a little bit banged up, so that would be the reason why. I like the lineup. I talked the other day about I took Kia Civils out of the lineup. I thought Kia had her best game. We wouldn't have been in there at the end. She made a super aggressive play to the rim that here or there on whether or not it should have resulted in free throws, I guess, but it didn't. But I thought she was really good coming off the bench. I think Bree being in there is a good thing for us. So I'm usually pretty steady with lineups, and I try to stay steady for our team. And I'm not panicked about what we are. So.
Justin's joined. I'll let him jump in since.
Thank you, Paul. Coach, talk to them around the locker room a little bit. You guys start off on a hot start, kind of struggle the past 3 games. What's your overall morale within your locker room as you get ready to finish out non-conference play?
I just got done saying I think we're excited to play another game, and I think that's been the overall. The ones that I've seen. We're getting ready to practice right now, so we actually haven't met as a team since we got off the bus the other day at St. Bonaventure. But it was quiet on the way down. That's a long trip. You got a lot of time to think about the things that are going on in your head, and But this group likes to play basketball, and so my hunch is when I see them all together in the locker room here in 10 minutes, it's going to be a group that's ready to go get a chance to start righting the ship, basically, and hopefully sometimes you start to play better and the results don't come for a while. I think we could use a good result. I think that's going to get important pretty soon, but I think their heads are in the right place, and they'll be competitive, and they'll be ready to play tomorrow.
challenge to make sure their head's in the right place after a loss and a long bus trip. As you mentioned, it's quiet. How do you make sure that they know that they've got a lot of work to do at the same time that you're not in a place where you're just wanting to throw this thing out and your disappointment compared to just anger or whatever emotions maybe are misperceived.
Yeah, I think our team knows my personality pretty well, quite frankly, and probably vice versa. So I think they understand that for me, it's a constant churn of what can maybe we don't make big wholesale changes. I don't really believe in that. And we're not grasping at straws. We need to get better on the margins, and I mean, we lost 50-47. We held multiple leads at Coppin State. We need to learn to finish, and so there's no panic as far as what we do. Do we have to play better? Yes. Did they understand that? Yes. Is there frustration on my end when we get a shot that I like and it doesn't go in? Yes. It does. Is that reciprocal for them? Yes. And that's kind of a big mountain right now that we've got to get up that thing together. And yet I think we're all on the same page that we'll get there, and we have a team, and I've said this, we have a team with a lot of experience. We don't have a lot of experience together yet. And so how do we want it to go? We want everything, and everybody wants everything to be easy. I wanted it to be easy. I wanted to figure out a way to beat Michigan State. God, we fought really hard, and we still didn't get over the hump there. And so, you can kind of input all these little, I guess we're 4 in a row losses, and nobody wants that. But what you want is at the end of the year, we want to be playing better than right now. And that's how basketball works. That's the overall goal. And as long as we keep that in mind, that's what we've talked about all year is we want to play better in Frisco, Texas. Like we want to go in there and play better there. And that's the goal for any basketball team. I mean, it comes down to how you play in Frisco. We have plenty of time to work through this stuff and get there. And so level-headed, on to the next one. Let's improve and go play again.
Coach, let me ask you this. I don't know if you can comment on this, but the list came out of the Athletic Director Search Committee. You're on it. You're the only coach on it. So what does that mean for you, and what have you and the other coaches talked about in regards to that search since you're the only coach that's on that list?
Yeah, I mean, so I can't comment a lot on it. I can tell you that I appreciate being on there. I think it's obviously a very important hire for all of us. I think that, this has been a crazy time when you start back from when COVID really hit and the tons of uncertainty for a lot of us for a long time. And so I think it's very important to get the right leader in there. And so I'm honored. I'm excited. I wasn't born here. I'm not from here. So to kind of take my upbringing, the work here, and to be included on that, I think I really appreciate it, and I understand, the work ahead, and I'm excited to be a part of it. So that's kind of what I can say, and we're getting started on it right now, and I know all of Marshall hopes we come out of this thing with a great leader, and we're going to look for him.
But just to follow up on that, it won't be specifics, but more towards what you've done in your career. Have you ever been in a situation where you have had a major say or hand in choosing your boss, not applying for a job, but hiring your boss?
No, I have not. Not a lot of people do. So, no, it's a first for me, and I'm excited. For me I like to learn things, so I'm actually really happy to be involved with it because you kind of see the behind the scenes side of it. I've been through hires and that process from the I want the job perspective. I haven't been through this level of a thing when you're looking at some really qualified professionals and trying to sort that out. So we got a lot of really smart people on that committee that will help me through that process. Thank you, guys. Here's Ari.
Good here.
Hey, Coach.
Hi, guys. Hi.
Go ahead with questions.
Talk about the bus ride home. Talking to Coach, he said it was a pretty quiet experience. What was your thought process that long trip home after a game which, for the most part, you had a legitimate shot to win?
I just should say that it was just a very like reflecting over what happened. Yeah, we weren't what's the word? We weren't happy with what the outcome was, but we're just really trying just to get over this hump. I was just trying to think about like on to the next game because that's the kind of mentality that we have to have.
And yeah, really got Coach since group of players. Have you all talked about what you need to do? Because you've been in a lot of situations, a lot of tough opponents. You've shown you can compete as a team. What have you and your teammates made this to figure out what you need to do to get to that next level where you're beating those, you're not just in close games, you're doing what it takes to win and maybe win convincingly.
Like Coach said, we just have to finish games. We just have to come out. Our third quarter has been very slow recently. We play a really good half, and then we come out just not ready to play the other team. Just really just comes out and topples us, and I just feel like we just need to dig down. Just really want to finish games and really want to get over this hump that we're all in right now. Because I mean, at the end of the day, we all want to win, and it's just we just have to push. We have to have that dog in us to really just want to just finish out this game and get these dubs. Because I feel like our team is as good as what we is gonna get for us, and I just feel like we really just have to just kick it in and just go.
Yeah, there's some Broaddus coming in here, Division II opponent, but talking to Coach, that really doesn't matter to you. It's the next game. You just want to play
Yeah.
somebody. You know, pretty fast pace. They like to shoot. It's gonna be fun, right?
No, yeah, I really can't wait because this last game I got a lot of my minutes coming in. I'm coming off a really good game. I just really just want to keep pushing and just do whatever I can to make our team move on to this next level. Because I feel like we're really close, and it sucks that we keep having to take these tough L's and against really good teams and then teams that like we're really competing against. But I'm just ready to get out there and compete again, especially in Huntington. We love the fans here. They love us. And we're just ready just to get it going, honestly.
Aarionna, talk about how big these next 3 games are heading into conference play. This is a tough conference for women's basketball. You have Aarionna which is a Division II opponent, but then you go out to Las Vegas for the Las Vegas Hot Ames Classic. How big are these games for you all to kind of begin to right the ship heading into conference play at the end of the month?
I honestly think these are like the biggest games that we're gonna see right now because it's really gonna test us and if we're ready to compete in conference. Our team we're there. We just need to really just get it. It's gonna be a fun time out in Vegas. We're gonna see a lot of things, but it's really just to put our nose down and finish out with these W's before we get quick conference play on the 30th. We really just have to go. We really just have to win these games.
So for a team that's struggling, I know you guys don't want to look right ahead to Vegas. So is like a trip to Vegas like a 2-day tournament? Is that like one of those like team bonding activities that you think could really help this team going forward? Like you have to play tough conference games.
Yeah, I think so. I mean, our team is already close as it is. We love being around each other. Our chemistry is there. It's gonna be good. It's gonna be fun. It's gonna give us a little bit of a break. We've been going hard since June, some of us since July. It's gonna give us a nice break just to kind of just see new things, get out of Huntington, get out of the Midwest. Just something new. Just something new.
Follow up on that. You ever been to Vegas?
No, I've never been to Vegas. I mean, I've been a couple places, but Vegas, I'm excited to finally see it. I hope the weather's nice because it's a little weird out here right now.
Any activities in your downtime you're looking for? Not that far ahead.
I hope we get to see some stuff. I'm honestly just ready to play, and then whatever comes after that, because I heard it's a beautiful city. We'll see. I'm excited.
Good.
Okay. Thank you, guys.
Good here.
Thank you.
Thank you, man.